Yo, Christo in the house. Oh, nice. Enjoy the baking, bro. Um. Oh, look at that! It's 6 o'clock. Yo, people. What's up? What's up? So, um, welcome to the stream. Here again, another week and another batch of AI news. I've been starting out these episodes or all the streams with the most recent AI news. Um, so the trend this last week has been 80s sitcom versions of, say, cartoons. I think it's mostly cartoons, right? All I've been seeing is cartoon version, AI or 80s sitcoms of cartoon IPs. The Rick and Morty is interesting because the source material and the inspiration for that was Back to the Future. So I'm surprised you're not getting like Marty and Doc Brown. I mean, look at this guy; he kind of does look like Doc Brown. I'm not doing the music. It's usually just. Actually, he looks like. Who's that one? Doctor Who. Probably like the most recent, not the most recent one. The old guy. He kind of looks like him, huh? Rick Sanchez. I look at Morty. Actually, it's kind of the irony of this is that Justin Roiland got let go of by Adult Swim recently because of all the allegations and bad stuff he's been doing. So I'm guessing that's like pretty much the end of Rick and Morty, in my opinion, right? Ew. Mr. Meeseeks, no. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Oh. Ugh. God. So sickly looking. Is that Rick's is that supposed to be Rick's spaceship? His car. Oh, I didn't see this Beavis and Butthead. I mean, oh god, it's like Friends. It's the Rembrandts. Oh, Mr. Anderson. He was the OG Hank Hill. Stewart. Where's his Winger shirt? Is it Winger? Todd. Coach Buzzcut. So that lady looks like the yo Emwa, what's up? Doesn't that look like the shrink from the Sopranos? She was also Jay Liotta's wife in Goodfellas. It looks like her, doesn't it? Daria. That's supposed to be Daria. Should have been like Janine Garofalo. Oh, look at that. Harry Potter anime. That's tempting. What else they got? American Dad. I saw the first one I saw was someone sent it to me. My friend Anthony sent me a. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sent me a Family Guy version of Family Guy that looked like 80s 80s sitcom style. Fry. Where's his red jacket? Where's his Rebel Without a Cause get up? Leela, she doesn't have one eye. Jeez. Come on now. It's just Peg Bundy. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, Legend of Zelda. Was it like 80s sitcom style too? I want to look that up now. Now it looks like the what does that look like? Now these people are just they're people, right? Good news. Professor Farnsworth. Dr. Zoidberg. He looks like an old toy from the 80s. There were these you know those toys, it's like you put them in the water and then they expand. Those were huge at the time. There was a line of toys called Swellfish. He looks like that. Zoidberg has claw hands too. Hermes Conrad. Hermes. I made Hermes look like a total Chad, bro. Actually, everyone's kind of chatted up. I mean, Zap Brannigan's already, he's supposed to be, but what's the thing with them? Oh, man. I mean, they're taking the whole 80s thing because that's what it would be. It'd just be a dude painted, right? I want to find this Zelda one you used be talking about. Hold on, let's see if they. I want to see if they have Roger. I want to see what Roger is gonna look like. Right? Is that his name? The alien. Oh, they got her outfit. She doesn't look very hippie though. Why is it all flat? Aspect ratio's all adjusted for widescreen. Look at Roger. She looks like Mac and me. Kind of alien. See, they should have went with like an Alf approach to this, right? I mean, that's what it would be like. It would be a puppet. It'd be a Jim Henson puppet. Like a Stan. Jeez. Giga Chad Stan, huh? Here's a version of Family Guy. What can I click? Oh, there. It didn't let me. That's crazy. This is a different version from what I've seen. Oh God! Look at wall-eyed Stewie, dude. Why does he look so wall-eyed? Jeez. Chris Griffin. He just looks like an old man. He's supposed to be like a teenager, right? Everyone's aged up like crazy. Brian. Just a dog. A white dog with a red collar. There's Quagmire. What's this pal? Looks like the set of Cheers. Gotta have them on bikes. Yeah, it's like, I feel like there's parts of Jack Black in that Peter Griffin right there. Yeah, that looks like a Peter Griffin. The 80s style. Yeah, that's that would be the trendings of this week for what AI has brought us. Every week it's a different thing, right? I feel like that's the one I've been seeing. That one's been popping off. There's in news for AI. I saw this article right here. Or this what is it? It's an article from The Atlantic. How ChatGPT will destabilize white collar work. No technology in modern history has caused mass job loss among highly educated workers. Will generative AI be an exception? I mean, I was just talking to a friend this weekend. She just got fired from Amazon. What pisses me off about this is that all these tech companies have had probably besides Twitter because it's a mess over there. But from what I've heard, all these tech companies have had like the highest earnings, especially during the pandemic, dude. And they're just firing people right now for what? I feel like they're just constantly doing that stuff. Like Google fired a bunch of people. People who've been working there for like 20 years have just been fired. And like they go there and their card wouldn't work and they'd have to check their email and be like, oh, by the way, we let you go. It's after 20 years of working at Google. It's crazy, right? It's like, what are the points of these companies making jobs at all? Or did they forget about that part of what they're supposed to be doing? I don't get it. In the next 5 years, it is likely that AI will begin to reduce employment. Splash Attack, what up? Welcome to the stream. I'm just discussing news and AI. This is about ChatGPT will destabilize white collar work. A lot of tech jobs are falling off. A lot of people are getting fired. A lot of people getting laid off, despite the highest earnings that these companies have had in years. They just got to have more, right? If there's a slight dip from your highest earnings, that means you're losing money now. It's crazy. It's you. Are you one of these? Did you fall victim to this massive layoff of like from these tech companies? I don't know. But it says here in the next 5 years, it is likely. Oh God, I'm sorry, dude. It's crazy, right? What the hell? Like, isn't the point for a company to offer jobs for people? And instead, they just got to upkeep their bottom line of earning billions. And what's crazy is that Google, like, the percentage of all of the money that Google is making or has to spend, a small percentage goes to employees anyway, right? That's crazy. Just capitalist monsters, man. I'm sorry. I just, it's crazy, right? It's all very effed. I don't understand what is the point of these companies then? You're just gonna let go of all these people? I was just telling them that Google is letting go of tons of people. People who worked there for like 20 years. And the worst part is they're not even bothering telling people. They're making them go to work and see if their badge even lets them in the building. If it does, you still have a job there. If it doesn't, oh, sorry, you got laid off. So you still have to show up. God, they only got that's so messed up. This dystopian world we live in, huh? In the next 5 years, it is likely that AI will begin to reduce employment for college educated workers. As the technology continues to advance, it will be able to perform tasks that were previously thought to require high level education and skill. This would lead to displacement of workers in certain industries as companies look to cut costs by automating processes. Costs? What costs? Oh, rent's going up. Oh man, Google can't keep up with the rent. So you got to fire some people. CEO slams his fist on the desk. Must provide value to the shareholders. Cut staff by 20%. It's the thing, huh? They're just trying to please their shareholders. Like, oh, there's our gainings this year wasn't as much as it could have been. What's sucking up all our money? Oh, the people running the company. Jeez. While it is difficult to predict the exact extent of this trend, it is clear that AI will have a significant impact on the job market for college educated workers. It will be it will be important for individuals to stay up to date on the latest developments in AI and to consider how their skills and expertise can be leveraged in a world where machines are increasingly able to perform many tasks. It's crazy, huh? It's stuff that you would have guaranteed that would have been like, oh, dude, I'm so essential, you know. So something like art, especially, I think once AI was able to do that, it's like, oh man, where's it gonna end? In other news, this article from The Hill says nearly 30% of professionals say they have used ChatGPT at work. So you could source it if you're still on the job. You could just have ChatGPT do your job for you. Almost 30% of professional workers say they have used artificial intelligence software known as ChatGPT while at work. A poll from the social network Fishbowl, which focuses on workplace trends and employee perspectives, found that 27% of professionals have used the program to help them with work-related tasks. Pollsters reported that those in the marketing and advertising industry have used it most commonly, with 37% saying so. Man, that's pretty funny. They're not let your boss find out, and they just like cut out the middleman, which is you. Just go straight to ChatGPT. So, after marketing and advertising, professionals in technology industry most commonly have used the program, with 35% saying they have. 3 in 10 professionals consulting and almost 20% of those in teaching have used it. Only 15% of the professionals surveyed from the healthcare industry say that they've used it, lower than any other profession. Thank God. Man, ChatGPT just giving us diagnoses. The survey was conducted on January 4th to 8th among almost 4,500 professionals from various companies. Companies include Amazon, Bank of America, Edelman, Google, IBM, JP Morgan, and Twitter. Just source it out, man. Source it out to the robot. See, I think that's just if workers are willing to source it out, then what's stopping the companies by just laying off people and just sourcing it straight from them, right? What up, Ninth Level? How you doing? I'm just going through the AI news this week. from Tech Blog. University of Maryland develops a real invisibility cloak that stops AI facial recognition cameras. This is an old article from November, but it's really interesting. I thought I'd put it here. It was shared to me from my friend Alex. But I think this is something that I really like to focus on is the ways of combating against AI. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's a gross ass shirt. Who would wear that? Oh, ninth. Oh, you've been writing all day. Nice, dude. Been inspired. That's good stuff, man. You know, these daily drawings I've been doing has been helping me get inspired too. I just keep moving from one idea to the other and allowing myself to just kind of, I don't know, once I link onto something, I get obsessed, and then I don't know, it's got the gears turning like it hasn't in a while. So I'm stoked about that. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been trying to keep up. Still got a post for today. Yeah, right. You just gotta get the gears turning somehow. This daily drawing stuff has helped me a lot, though. I'm able to like, since I'm forced to, I gotta find like different ideas and stuff. And Shintron Clan was one of my favorites, and I'm going to continue those guys too. But yeah, I'm stoked. I've been using my iPad too. I've been neglecting that thing ever since I got it, but since I'm on the couch all the time, it works perfect. AI helps. It's good to get the gears rolling, huh? Just like, it's kind of like having a discussion group, right? You just like go on Chat GPT, throw around some ideas. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I used to have like sessions with my friends. I call them think tank sessions. And we all just hang out, smoke weed, and like just talk about art ideas and stuff. And you know, it's simulation like that that gets your gears turning. You need some peers, and if you don't have any, if you know, being isolated these days, I mean, I'm kind of a hikikomori these days. It's just me, kid, and Liz, mostly, and the two cats. We're in parent mode, so there's really not much discussions I'm having except for here on chats. Midjourney. I saw a really cool video on someone made in Midjourney, and it's about like aliens visiting Earth after it's been kind of a lost civilization, like everyone's extinct, it's just ruins, and they're able to portray the visuals with Chat GPT. I mean, not Chat Midjourney. And did they even write it on Chat GPT? I didn't know. I didn't see any credit to it. It's like a lot of stuff on Instagram. You'll see something cool, but it's a repost from who knows where, and it's kind of hard to track back on who the original creator was for it. That's why I got issues with like Instagram like that. That's cool. I like that. See, that's a good way of using it. I gotta start using it more. I signed up for Midjourney, but I just haven't had a chance to kind of mess around with some ideas. I like that. You're right, Amwa. Consistency is the key to overcoming any block. You just gotta like stubbornly do it, right? And like something like doing daily drawings is kind of a good way of forcing me to draw something with whether I feel like it or not, you know? But here's here's this hideous sweater. Oh shit. That someone made. All it really does is just make you look like you're part of the room, right? Because this is such an uncommon pattern for someone to wear as a sweater that it hasn't been, it's not logged into whatever algorithm they use, which is basically based on what they normally see. So you just got to wear a weird ass sweater, something that looks like the background. I mean, if you have people on there, is it going to recognize the people on there? Interesting. Chuckles are hard. That's true. That's true. Dude, there was that what's that one? It's like hairstyles. What is it? That's like anti. See what happens at anti AI hairstyles. There you go. I mean, it does require you to obstruct some of your own vision, but hey, if the computer can't see you, I like that. It's so cyberpunk, dude. I mean, this is an old this was a while ago. This was like at the beginning of like 2019 or something, just when like facial recognition started to become like widely used in surveillance. People came up with this type of stuff. I like that. It's kind of weaponizing fashion. That's pretty sick. The whole concept of it I'm into. Right? Cyberpunk hair world. That's why it's so like asymmetrical. Oh man, it makes so much sense. It's that one group where they're just like mostly machine. The I forgot what they're called, but they just got their faces replaced. They just replaced their faces. But yeah. All right, what else we got here? We got our first AI-powered robot lawyer will represent a defendant in the court next month. And this is from January 23rd. A robot lawyer powered by artificial intelligence will be the first of its kind to help a defendant fight a traffic ticket in court next month. Good thing it's like something as minor as a traffic ticket. I don't think they'd let it kind of fight for anything more than that. At this point, it wouldn't be wise. The difference between neon punk, cyberpunk, and solar punk. I've heard of solar punk and kind of neon punk. Actually, let's Google these. Neon punk. What is neon punk exactly? Is it like Outrun? Is that what neon punk would be? Judging from Google Images. It's more of an aesthetic, huh? See, I'm seeing like Outrun vibes here. Oh, look, a CryptoPunk monkey. Neon punk. It's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like, it's still cyberpunk, right? It's just color palette is different. More magentas, which I see a lot in cyberpunk anyways, right? Neon punk, invented by Courtney Conformity. A bright version of punk stereotype, like scene, but brighter and more hardcore. Basically, punk dumped in glow sticks and fluoro paint. So it's just bright punk, huh? It's not like necessarily a sci-fi thing. It's just more of an aesthetic. Corp world, capitalist, ultra capitalist world. Cyberpunk, we know what that is. Solar punk. I'd like to see this. I'm thinking like. Solar punk aesthetics. That's pretty cool. Have you seen was it Strange Worlds, that new Disney movie? Kind of reminds me of, that's like solar punk, kind of like the greenest. Everything's like efficient. That's pretty cool. Solar punk is cool. It reminds me a lot of like utopian aesthetics, you know? That's pretty much what solar punk is, huh? You know, utopian aesthetics. What's that one style that? Oh God, why can't I think of it? There's a whole like art style. It's almost like did I have that? I had some notes or something. Nah, I didn't have notes for this. It's like an early 2000s aesthetic. Or 2010s marketing aesthetic. Life on Earth if X didn't exist. It's the green version of cyberpunk. Utopia, man, I'm telling you. Oh, what's that thing called? What am I trying to think of right now? It's like what it's that like kind of green aesthetic that a lot of graphic design uses. Let me see. 2010. Or would it be too early for that? Let me see. 2000s. It'd be like mid 2000s, huh? It's like when you see generic stuff on Amazon or something like that, it's a trend that they use a lot. There's a specific name for it. Let's see. I follow the subreddit for it. Maybe I could find it on there. Tatami mats, kind of like that, but there's like a specific name. Hold on, I gotta find this, guys. Sorry, I'm looking through my subreddits. Ah, Frutigur Aero is the name of it, dude. Guys, I found it. Frutiger Aero. It's like when I show you examples, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a name for it, and that's what's crazy too. It's like we kind of used it for their kind of menu style. And it's got this kind of green, optimistic, like techie, the green startup look, you know. Very much like that. Windows XP is probably the perfect example of this aesthetic. But yeah, that's what it's called. Frutiger Aero right here. Yeah, Windows XP aesthetic, dude. It feels so contemporary, but it's dated now. Isn't that nuts? This is no longer contemporary style. I think we've gone back to like minimalism, kind of. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is kind of everyone kind of jumped on this bandwagon. Say if you were to buy like an air purifier from China off of Amazon, right? This would be the aesthetic they use for their pictures, or like even the packaging, because it provokes this kind of techie, optimistic feeling, right? A product you can trust, a product that will help you fix the world. Frutiger Aero. That's the way to go. Let's see what this says about it. It was the it preceded the Y2K design. It's kind of like the current IMAX. I think Apple still kind of feels that way. That would be interesting, huh? You've got to look at a lot of products, right? Like my air purifier, for instance, or like a modern rice cooker. You look around you, it's a lot of stuff that is in our world, right? It dominated it dominated industrial design for a good decade, I feel like. But here, like, is an example. It's just like Xbox. Oh shit, Xbox uses it. I think Nintendo Wii is a good example of that. Here's the desktop for like Windows XP. That kind of clear candy like look. What is this band? Is this Ericsson? Some people miss it. It's it's the style of like original iPhone, right? Remember this? Oh, someone tweeted it. Remember that iPhone used to look like? That's pretty funny. Oh, there's Wii, Windows XP. It was so optimistic, so green. But this is solar. This is what solar punk reminds me of. Remember these concepts they were having? The kind of a flexible phone. There's like a video on it. Like, this is the future. Concept videos. Yeah. What would the dark side of humanity be in a utopian world, right? Star Trek is a utopia. It's the only sci-fi I could really think of that is a true utopia, where they've like transcended problems on Earth. They're not even on Earth anymore. They're out in the final frontier. They've got the stuff figured out so well back at home, that they could venture off into the world, into the nothingness of space. I'd say like power control and stuff like that. Like a lot of like sci-fi movies, it's always like a lot of corruption going on behind certain things. The human element is what the dark side is to any type of utopia, right? Or I think a trope I see a lot is what appears to be a utopia is massively controlled by a higher power that is hidden behind the veil. You know what I mean? So much is sacrificed, so much suffering to provide this utopia for you, but you can't see behind a certain limit to that there's an outside world that is suffering for this utopia. I think that's usually the premise, right? The hidden dystopia, yes. Because like that's the whole concept of the modern world, right? And to live in luxury, there's going to be people suffering somewhere. For every person living in comfort, there's a person suffering for it. That's why it's a weird concept of the term utopia, anyways, right? Like a utopia wouldn't exist. It can't exist. It's kind of a mythos, right? And if you were to break down what that term actually means, let's look into this. I remember hearing that somewhere. Misplaced faith in political utopias has led to ruin. An imagined place. Look at that. That's in the definition. The fact that it's not real, it's imagined. Boom. Utopia can't exist, man. I'm sorry. It works against just the it works against the natural order of things. There's always some type of fear or anxieties that just comes with life, you know? If you're enjoying things too much, someone else is suffering. Literally means no place. Yeah, we don't function without conflict, and the human condition suffer. It can't exist without conflict. You get to hear they talk about this in the Matrix when Agent Smith is interrogating Morpheus. He said that there was like a version of the Matrix that was perfect, but people rejected it because that's not natural. He coined the word utopia from the Greek utopos, meaning no place or nowhere. It was a pun. The almost identical Greek word to utopos means a good place, so that the very heart of the word is a vital question. Can a perfect world ever be realized? Man. That's crazy, man. At least we'll always have Frutigur Aero. This is the utopia promised that never happened. Remember how optimistic we were in like the mid 2000s, especially in the beginning of like, you know, Silicon Valley, post Y2K. There was an optimism that this portrayal of optimism in this utopia is something that we could like live in, and like especially with these past few years, maybe this past decade, on seeing how like just the results of like massive tech and massive like over engineering of things and all the plastic This is not a thing anymore. Look at this. This is a portrayal of like fish in water. Yeah, you're missing the microplastics, bro. It's an old ass monitor. That's probably deteriorating somewhere, just adding more microplastics into the ocean. This false promised utopia. And to make an aesthetic out of it. Good stuff. Oh, poor baby. He's been fussy. Yeah, solar punk is cool, man. I like the idea of solar punk. It's kind of like it's gas, yeah. Gas. So y'all should watch Strange Worlds. I think they do a really good example of that. It's didactic for sure. One of the most didactic cartoons I've ever watched, like in recent history. Their messages are so like straightforward and blatant, but it's good stuff. Well, once you once you figure out what everything actually is, it's not that strange. But I like the idea of solar punk. It's we kind of have little, like, I used to work at an architecture school, and you see a lot of stuff like this, like living buildings. Buildings that are like incorporating greenery in your architecture, and like the idea of a building that is a living organism, you know, something that is built from the inside out, something that regenerates itself. That is true solar punk right there. Like if you could grow a building and then it offers you oxygen, that is true solar punk, bro. Plants are so solar punk. It's the most solar punk thing you could think of. It's a fucking plant. A plant species. Ooh. Ninth, bro. Plant species living in this solar punk world. I like that. It'd be really slow though, huh? You don't move fast enough. But oh man, have you guys been watching The Last of Us? That's a kind of that's a cool concept. I like that concept. I've been watching that. We show up in turn into paper, and then we burn them for heat to generate things. Yeah, show's good, right? The whole concept of it. I mean, I never played the game, but I know of it and I know about it and stuff like that. But the whole idea of cordyceps affecting humans is interesting. I mean, the existence of that fungus is kind of a neutralizer for it. It's a population control. It's used to control populations of insects. You only see it common in insects that are kind of overpopulating. Then that fungus will be a lot more prominent, and it will start wiping out and decimating the populations to kind of help even it out. It's kind of like remember that whole potato famine? There's just too much of one species. The world naturally wants to regulate it, and so it will create this fungus that is specific to that species to kill it off and kind of level it out and give other species a chance. It's crazy. Regulators, like that Warren G song, bro. Cordyceps are regulators, man. If there's any song dedicated to them, that'd be that Warren G song. I like that. It's such a good concept. I've been fascinated with cordyceps forever, ever since I saw it on planet Earth. I don't know how to spell it, but I always just I find it on Google by typing in zombie ants. Type in zombie ants and it'll give you like the name, the parasitic fungus right here. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis. But they're prominent in any overpopulated groups of a species of insects. That's when you start seeing this fungus start to sprout. Something kind of takes over and it just regulates, bro. Regulators, man. It's so crazy. Hold on, let me put it on the tab so we can watch this shit, dude. It's one of my favorite things. My favorite. This is a good concept.
Fungi and slime mold.
I feel like when they
By releasing
the makers of Last of Us kind of was inspired by this, huh? But you know, the human species have had many regulators, and they come in the forms of diseases, and they're delivered to us through a species called mosquitoes. There's been recent studies saying that if you decimate mosquitoes, it won't have any effect on the ecosystem. And how wrong can they be, dude? Their purpose is to decimate human lives and to regulate our population, man.
A network of roots has infiltrated her muscles.
This is pretty much what happens to people in the show Last of Us.
Her body has been taken over by cordyceps.
Zombie ant.
Fungus. It floods her brain with chemicals, drugging her, compelling her to head where conditions are perfect.
This music's so intense, man. Scary music.
Just the right amount of light.
And what will happen next will blow your mind.
The parasite growing inside. It forces her to clamp down in a death bite. And cordyceps reveals its gruesome nature.
Those sound effects they add. Sure as hell know that fungus don't make sounds like that, man. Can you imagine being the Foley artist for nature shows? Looks like truffles.
Cordyceps can release its own spores, infecting more ants, releasing more spores, infecting more ants, releasing more spores, infecting more ants.
This is intense, man. Oh man, the cinematics, bro.
Can wipe out entire ant colonies. But more than just ants are at risk.
Oh, happening in its sleep. What? Oh, dude, that's brutal.
There are over 600 species.
Oh, there's some spider ones
spread across the world.
That's where they get that aesthetic too, man.
Jungles, where they prey on a whole host of victims.
Whoa! See, that looks like the intro of the show. The fungus they have. Hostile planet. The girl with all the gifts. What is that? What is this? Colby. Zombie flick. Looks like they have her under control. They got like this. They have this custom mask they built for her. The girl with all the gifts. The girl with all the gifts. When this show came out? Oh, in 2016. I haven't seen it. Should check it out, huh? There's some really good zombie flicks out there. As exhausted I am of that genre, there's some good ones. There was that one I think they filmed it in Australia. It's like Martin Freeman. I think it's called Cargo. That one's one of my favorites. Train to Busan. World War Z should have been better than it was. Like if working with that source material should have been good. 28 Days Later, oh, the best. Those are the scariest zombies. Those are the zombies I don't want to have to deal with. I mean, Last of Us, I guess it's arguable to call them zombies. I guess like they're pretty much the same concept. You're running away from them same way, but they could communicate. They got advantages on their communication and stuff like that. But 28 Days Later zombies, oh man. They run, dude. They sprint at you. I think they don't eat. So they just die off. A drop of blood, yeah. He starts like freaking out, starts spasming. What's his name? Donald Gleason's dad. Sprinty zombies. These mad zombies. British zombies, bro. Brendan Gleeson, OG Gleeson. Him and Colin Farrell just did a new movie together. It's two guys from in Bruges. They're sweeping awards this season, I hear. Yo, Moisty, welcome back. Long time no see. Thanks. I'm trying to go for God of War. The Banshees. Is that what they call them? The Banshees? I went off in a tangent just now. We were talking about zombie ants and the inspiration for The Last of Us. And I think solar punk, I think, led to that. We were talking about solar punk, which is a cool punk. Guys, if you haven't seen solar punk, check it out. It's a cool aesthetic. Let's continue. I think there's still like a couple articles I wanted to go through here. Let's see. And I got distracted by what is it, Frutigur? I got distracted by Frutigur Aero. You know, the aesthetic, the design aesthetic of the that I think it was solar punk that got me thinking of this this design aesthetic right here. Frutigur Aero, the world that was promised. Anyways, in other news, what was I at? Oh, we're at the robot lawyer. So how crazy is that? No, that's not it. You don't like that? It's pretty much like, yeah, Windows XP, exactly, dude. And then any like product that you can find in China right now on Amazon will have that type of aesthetic on their packaging or on their along with the pictures of their product, right? Frutiger Aero just became like the default design aesthetic for knockoff technology. That's what I associate it with these days. What was that? Oh, here. AI powered lawyer. What the hell? I don't want it. Nah, forget it. I didn't want to read that article anyways. What would you guys say the current design trend right now? The dominant design trend right now. What would that be? Is minimalism? What's the current? Oh, the minimalizing of like icons, right? They become like vectorized. There's no like gradients in icons anymore, right? There was this article. That's the one I was trying to look at. ChatGPT. ChatGPT passes MBA exam given by a Wharton professor. Has it passed that Turing test though? I think that's what we're waiting for, right? Retro future minimal is the current trend. Yeah, we were looking at the anti AI hairstyles. That's an old one, but I think we were talking about that because I was talking about these like sweaters that this Maryland University developed to kind of hide you from any AI and facial recognition programs. But yeah, I think that's what kicked off us talking about different cyberpunks, because then was it you, ninth level? You were talking about solar punk and stuff. Yeah, he's asked like neon punk, solar punk, cyberpunk, just different offshoots of punk. Steampunk. Steampunk's probably the most neckbeard one out of all of them. Diesel punk. And that like Mad Max, right? I could draw you with a single word, right? Memphis. Oh, Memphis corporate, bro. Shit, you're right. Wisty's right. The Memphis corporate, that is the one right there. That is running rampant through our social media. I mean, it's pretty much like Facebook's aesthetic right now. If you guys are confused what Memphis corporate is, and then that's like the term you use for norm shit, right? Pretty much, if you guys ever ordered what's that one? That's that low that cereal, Magic Spoon. You know, Magic Spoon cereal. The aesthetic they use for their packaging is pretty Memphis corporate. It's Google Facebook style. Dude, Jordan, were you here when we were talking about Frutigur Aero? Dude. Frutigur Aero, bro. Now that's a throwback. Frutigur, like Windows XP style shit. No, that is one that you don't really think about, but it's everywhere, right? But yeah, Memphis corporate, dude. That is the Facebook style. That's like all social media, any type of like corporate type of stuff. It's kind of there was one I saw. It's like someone. It was genius. Saturn devouring his son. It's Memphis corporate. It's so good. It's so good. Google specifically calls it material design. Oh, this stuff right here. Oh, look, it's that one fucking that one ad. I never considered this character Memphis corporate, but it is. It totally is. That what was that? DoorDash or whatever. Balloon Saturn devouring his. Oh, yeah, I have. I like this Memphis corporate right there. I saw one. Someone made it, and it was like Saturn getting ready for like a stream. He's like, "Hey guys, this is my last mukbang. Thanks for tuning in. This is gonna be my son's last mukbang." It's DoorDash meme, right? Yeah. Thought Police, welcome. We were just talking, just different renditions of Saturn devouring his son, and this one's one of my favorite renditions. Is the Memphis corporate version. Moisty brought up, what was it? She brought up the balloon version is what you just tuned into, and that was pretty grotesque. Oh, look, it's a shirt. Someone made it a shirt, probably without the permission of the artist, probably. Oh, it is. It's I guess that is the artist actually made that shirt. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised these days. You know, a lot of people just grab shit and make stuff out of it. Malloy. We're Memphis corporate, man. It's pretty much the standard, the current graphic design style right now of anything on like Facebook or corporate type of stuff. If you've ever eaten Magic Spoon, the cereal, they use it on their packaging. I'd consider Memphis corporate. I'd consider that Memphis corporate. I think I have a box here somewhere. But you see it in most things. It's kind of like you have the optimism of Frutigur Aero, but more aesthetically pleasing and minimal. There's that one, it's like a commercial for Portland. It's like animated. Let me see that. Oh, they made it like a Miyazaki movie. That's what they did. They just like, it's like a commercial for Portland, and it looks like a Miyazaki film. Look at that, Spirited Away monster. You know what? If your art terms mean nothing to me. Hey, I just learned about these art terms too, man. Like Frutigur Aero, I learned about recently. I saw a post on Reddit about that, and I just didn't know there was ever a name for it. But there's a name for everything, man. You get an indie license for your 3D software for the price of 1 month. That sounds like an ad. James Cameron's Avatar 2 Way the Water. I haven't seen that, but is that Frutigur Aero? That movie is Frutigur Aero, dude. Oh man. iRobot. The design of the iRobot, like Sunny, is so Frutigur, man. The clear kind of Was that candy Mac? The Macintosh kind of style of the probably late 90s, early 2000s. The candy shell. Oh, what the hell? What happened, Malloy? Damn. Oh, man. Software licensing. Oh, those Candy Max. What are they doing with that? Why? Why did they buy that? Man, Malloy, I'm sorry, dude. That sucks. I guess if you're collecting it. I saw one of those there's a post I saw where one of those Macs was on display at a museum. It's so weird that I like remember those being out, and I remember people using those, and they're being featured in a museum now. Time is fleeting. Yo, Moisty, you've done harder things. you work CAD based stuff. It should be pretty easy for you. I've learned some Blender. It's been a while since I've touched it, but I got hard into it. Malloy knows. He's had to kind of look at my stuff and pick it apart and trying to transfer it to a different program. You okay?
He keeps fucking spitting up. Changed him 3 times. He won't sleep.
Oh, thanks, Malloy. Yeah, I thank Jordan for that one. Jordan teaches me a lot. How long is this? Why is this still playing? How long is? Oh, it's another one. It's just on like it's just auto playing like all of Portland's cartoon commercials. Why did I think that was Memphis corporate? I mean, I hear that term used a lot, just freely, just to kind of mean like the normie version of it, you know? All right, later, Malloy. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's like super late there. Oh, I don't know. What would be a good VOGU story, guys? Let's help 9th level come up with a banging storyline. Good noise. Yeah. Enzo's not sleeping. I know. I am there. I am doing that. So let's close these. Would be, let's see, I like the idea of some type of corruption going on, maybe. The idea I've always liked throwing around is VOGU. This is kind of like tethering into your VOGU is kind of flirting with the idea of like transcending your flesh body into a more like computer robotic body. I like the idea of a seed accidentally going through like a wormhole, and then everyone on that seed who is currently tethered gets stuck in their VOGU and they don't know where their flesh body is anymore. So you're kind of just like kind of a new like species at that point, you know? The Godfather, but VOGU. That'd be cool. What would they be what would they be like? What would mobsters be kind of like controlling in that VOGU verse? And I saw a post recently, I think it was on Reddit, of the guy who wrote the screenplay for Godfather. Never wrote a screenplay before, and then when he wrote Godfather, he's like, he didn't know how to write screenplays, but he wrote that, and then he decided to write other screenplays after the success of Godfather. And when he looked at, he picked up a book and started reading it, and a lot of the examples they used was his screenplay for Godfather. I thought that's pretty funny. He's like, why don't I just learn? And then one of the first like lessons in the book that he picked up to learn screenwriting was, check out Godfather's screenplay. I didn't see your game. You didn't show me your game. Oh shit, you're making a game? Dick Dick game. Oh yeah, remember Dick Dick? A Dick Dick game would be cool. Is it a Dick Dick game, Jordan? I drew that Dick Dick logo a while back. Do I have it here somewhere? I had a mutt body that was Dick Dick. Let's see if I have it in my library here. Oh. There's a Dick Dick logo. Dick Dick. Ye old. I forgot that was like a thing. I forgot that was a meme among our community. Oh, the Halloween one. No mutt stories. Oh, mutt story, bro. You can do a mutt story. Let's see, what kind of cool mutt story would there be? I once I try to start thinking of something, I just block, dude. I can't. I was just like, I got nothing. Oh, let me share you guys something though. I gotta get it off of my iPad though. If you see my story from last night, you would have seen it by now. But maybe I can polish it up. It's just a straight screenshot from Procreate. I've been working with some, I've been inspired to do some VOGU anatomy lately. And this arm is, I'm all about it. I was like, I was in the zone when I did this. Yo. Yeah, mutts are a hard one. It's just like animals or like a pet. There can be a story about, say, mutts are a utilitarian kind of machine. And I think they could be tethered into, but you could have someone infiltrate a factory being tethered to a mutt, and they have to kind of pretend to be just a worker. Oh, you know, a mutt. Yo, thanks. Mutts. Let's see. VOGU mutts. I'm gonna look at the. VOGU mutts are cheap, bro. The floor is at like 0.006 ETH. But no mutt. Oh, you have a Miami though. I have a couple mutts. Oh, nice. Get the atomic screen. Damn. That's a pricey mutt. Actually, the floor is pretty thin, actually, huh? You scroll down like just a bit and the price goes up. Is it one of those? Yeah. Thin floor. Just like 4 rows down, they're 0.1. My favorite, personally, are the Jolly Ranchers. A fan of those Jolly Ranchers. Let me, yeah, Jordan's, yeah. Do you get traumatized when you're looking at mutts just because of that? That must have been, that was like, ugh. That was a struggle. Well, yeah, especially for you. But just like getting all that animation and everything. Oh, oof. The Jolly Rancher. Here, I have a, where is it? God, my desktop. I'm nuts. This is my here's some of my take on Blender. I made a Jolly Rancher. I forgot to fix there's some dimples going on in there that forgot to fix some of my shading. It's kind of weird. It's all crystallized looking. But I got my mutts. That was my take on doing Blender. That was about as far as I got. Got some VOGU heads, but nothing nothing solid yet. Thanks. But I really like this arm, man. I was feeling it when I made this. I should try cleaning this up, but I feel like I should do it on my iPad. But I wanted to show you guys. Mutt Cop Buddy movie. I like that. It's kind of like what's that one Tom Hanks movie with the dog? Not Air Bud. It's like Tom Hanks. He's a cop and he has a dog with him too. I think they just remade it with Josh Peck from Drake and Josh. Turner and Hooch. Yes, that's it. It could be kind of like that. You know what? That's been. Have I even seen that movie? If I've seen it, it was too long ago. But I have no idea what it's about. I just know like the cover of the box. My closest association to that movie is seeing it on the shelf at Blockbuster. That's about as far as I got to watching it. Turner and Hooch. I I'm on my iPad more, and I have a film on it that makes it like paper, and it's got me spoiled. It's an old ass movie. Another movie I know from the shelf is that one. It's Whoopi Goldberg and she's a cop, and her partner is like a T-Rex. Remember that one, guys? God, I got so used to Procreate. Yeah, Enzo's acting out. He had a long day. Man, I gotta practice on here more. You want to tattoo this, Colby? Colby wants to get all my joints tattooed. Double arm arm tunda. Has someone done that as a tattoo? Kind of just made their arm look like a robot arm, kind of like a wrap. You know how you get on your car? Just like an arm wrap. They have those like tattoo sleeves. They should make one that looks like a robot arm. Have you seen those things you can get at Hot Topic? Colby used to have one of those. Used to have one of those. It's like a kind of an elastic sleeve that you can put on that has a graphic printed on it. Just do one like that, except it's like a robot arm. I'm sure that exists. I'm gonna Google robot arm sleeve. Oh, dude, some people did it. Oh, the thing is making the flesh tear away and reveal a robotic arm. I think that's the trend. But everything I just talked about exists already, and I just Googled it, and it's all right there. Oh man, there's like a rave costume. It's just a whole robot suit, but it's like a unitard. Wow. Guys. It all exists. See, look at this guy. Look at that. They like gears and stuff. They always go like steampunk, huh? Oh, let me see. I can't open links on my. Hold on, I gotta open up Twitch to see those links. Jordan. Like my short attention span, I'm like drawing 1 second and then I'm looking at arm tattoos the next. Is that what you mean? Oh, this is your game, Jordan? Oh, that's sick. That's cool. Look at that little monkey. Look at the little monkey. Yeah, Colby, little nanobite creatures. Like a Scanner Darkly. What's the drug on Scanner Darkly? Dude, one of these one of these streams I want to do a tier list on drugs from sci-fi drugs. I just gotta start gathering like a list of all the drugs in like sci-fi stories. You got Nuke from RoboCop 2. What's Soma from? Is that 1984? I mean, that's a real drug, right? Soma. And that's RoboCop 2. Yeah, it's 1984. No, it's RoboCop 2, Colby. Nuke. It's like that heroin. It just comes in those like disposable like injection things. That's what they use to control Kane's brain in that robot body. It's like reward him with like a whole gallon of Nuke. Oh yeah, Fallout has a lot of good ones. Yeah. And there's the dope from the little dope inhalers from Minority Report. That one's weird. He like does that and watches projections of old family videos. Skooma. Precogs. I think it's that the precogs came about because of the heavy use of that among the population, right? And it was kind of a birth defect. Precogs are weird, man. Robot arm sleeve. Back to robot arm sleeve. So that's what you want, Colby. Oh, look. See, this is what I was talking about. Do they... Just look at this guy. Look at this normal-ass dude wearing this, like... He's going to wear that to Applebee's. He's got his shirt tucked in. He's getting ready to go to Applebee's for sure. Or you know what? Special occasion. He's going to Elephant Bar. Yeah, the drug babies. Josh, is you did. And he did. Just get Randy to wear them. Oh, Soma's a Brave New World. That's what it is. Josh, does your dad want to model these sleeves, man? Oh. There's some more. Oh, that's just a fractal. That's like a screensaver. Who wants a screensaver on their arm like that? That's weird. What's this one? What is that? That's a robot arm right there. That one's crazy. Robot arm wrap. This is like a common one I've seen before. It's the torn away flesh, revealing like a steampunk. Like this is just saying you're a fan of steampunk. Fractal crap. Remember that on like old computers, like in the 90s? That was like the screensavers. Boom. Fractal art, man, so cool. Oh, dude, is that real cyberpunk stuff? That's just a really good Photoshop job. That one's pretty cool. A lot of gears though. They always throw this like kind of like a gear stuff on them. When I see gears like that, it just screams steampunk to me. Oh, look at that. Was that the factory from Charlie Chaplin's movie? Like inside your arm? It was everywhere. The fractals were everywhere. Just like the whole concept of fractals. It's like it was like the first like procedural art that we ever saw, right? Like computer made procedural art. Now they're able to like do procedural stuff like in more dynamic ways and then just playing with like shapes and colors. It's pretty much like doing like whatever a kaleidoscope does, whatever. I don't know. Symbolizes the mind grind set, bro. Is that what this is? This is the mind grind set. Sigma grind set. Or Sigma mindset. Oh man, Jordan, last week I was making everyone watch those like it was this, you know, that trend on TikTok, the Sigma face. I was obsessed with that for a while, just that on its ridiculousness. That one kid from, I don't even know where he's from, but he just responds to everything like, just because like Christian Bale did that on American Psycho that one time while talking to what's his face, Jared Leto. Let's see Paul Allen's card. The Giga Chad. It is kind of like a Giga Chad like face. Let's see Paul Allen's arm tattoo. Oh, look at that flesh ripping through, revealing the gears and the metal wires. Can't believe he thinks. When did you get so tasteful? Yeah, someone got that. What's his name? Amadon got the American Psycho Miami, dude. I tweeted at him. Yeah, so it made it. It made it out there. But Amadon has it. And like once it revealed, I was like, oh shit, someone got it. He's holding Paul Allen's card. I think it's Patrick Bateman's card. But yeah. One made it through. Sigma grind set. Should have called that the Sigma. Man. this whole like trend of the obsession of Sigma is crazy to me. Like it's kind of losing its meaning. Do they even know what that means anymore? Why did he want to cut it, man? Patrick Bateman. God, I feel like watching that movie again. Omega. A new mail just dropped. Omega. What would that be? That's an Omega mail. We're past alphas, man. It's all about Sigma. Pretty. So I brought this up last week. We were just like, I was been obsessed with this whole Sigma male like response, and pretty much all it is just guys with autism. That's what Sigma male is. Neurodivergent man. Neurodivergent men. The Sigma male. Embracing that neurodivergence. Omega. Yeah. Omega males, just they're popping them fish oils, man. They're eating those avocados. That salmon skin roll. Omega male diet mindset, dude. I eat sushi all the time, dude. Omega male. It's part of my grind set. I wake up 5 a.m., eat sushi, flax seeds in my oatmeal. Social. They're just obsessed with getting those fatty oils, those healthy, gotta get that olive oil. The blue dude from Match. Oh yeah. Dr. Manhattan. That is the Omega male. He's an alpha and Omega. It's full spectrum. Dude, flaxseed's good for you, man. That's how you get those omega-3s if you're a vegan. That's a vegan choice. That's like the vegan source of omega-3s. Make sure you get that ground flaxseed, dude. Because those flax seeds, you'll find it. Like you eat that in the morning, by like around 6 in the evening, you'll find one like just stuck in your tooth or in your gums that you didn't know was there. They get this weird membrane around them once they get wet. It's weird. Kind of like chia seeds do. But yeah, I can get that ground flaxseed. I'm not vegan. I like cheese too much, and I'm lactose intolerant. I shouldn't even be eating cheese. But high risk, high reward, baby. Steak. Yeah, I like me a steak too. God. I used to be like, I dabbled in vegetarianism a lot in my 20s. I was mostly vegetarian through just for financial reasons, I decided to live in San Francisco during the recession, right out of college. So I was squeezing out, like trying to squeeze $20 throughout the week, living in one of the most expensive cities in the world during a recession. I had no choice to be vegetarian. It's the only way I could survive. I mean, I pop the lactates because sometimes it's just the worst, I like my steaks, man. I like my steaks. I've been doing a lot of hot pot lately, actually. Man, that was my obsession for a while. the Korean hot pot, Mongolian hot pot, Japanese sukiyaki. Yo, you get that thinly sliced beef all up in there. Oh man, I want it. I want it right now. I have this like skillet thing. It's kind of like a dish, and it like it's plug-in, so you just have it at the table. And sukiyaki, man, that's the way to go. Just got a bunch of vegetables, get some thinly sliced meat, 1 part soy sauce, 1 part what's that cooking sake with like 2 tablespoons of sugar, some water, some dashi, and you're set. Damn. Yeah, you could stretch out that $20, man, but these days, oh man, even the Wendy's value menu won't work. $20 these days won't get you much, especially when eggs are costing like $8 a dozen. Did you guys catch that? Like, I guess last week I bought eggs like yesterday. It wasn't that expensive, but oh look, Brent's here. Hey, Brent.
Hey, how's it going? I got back earlier than I expected. Which is still late.
Cool.
Yeah.
We were just I don't know, we were going off tangent by tangent, you know, because of my attention span these days.
Don't we know about it?
But no, we were just talking about like food just now.
Right.
On stretching, like how to stretch $20 for the week.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days.
Eggs, man. Yeah,
everything is so fucking expensive though right now. It's just like ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
food wise, it's just insane.
Food wise,
in the States,
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Eggs were like $8 a dozen like last week.
Really? I mean, I'm not an egg eater, but I've heard they're just.
I bought some yesterday. It wasn't that expensive anymore.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, if you try to get eggs at Costco, they're all sold out.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
There was like a pandemic from all these birds, all these chickens and stuff. So
oh really?
Eggs price rose because of that.
Yeah.
But then there were egg companies that weren't affected at all. They just decided to raise their prices as well. It's stupid.
Well, of course, price of demand. Yeah, may as well take it while you can. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Jordan, your dad has chickens. Yeah. Oh man, that's a hot commodity these days, man.
Yeah.
Eggs. They're selling them by the gram these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
It's cool.
We covered a lot of stuff today. I was doing some AI news. We were talking about robot arms, and
nice.
So I got the idea of Googling these images of like, I was like, has anyone ever just got like a robot arm tattoo, kind of like a wrap, like how you would with your car, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of creepy because it's like it really does look like the flesh doesn't exist in certain areas and in caves the way they do it. I mean, it's very creative, but it's like it really grosses me out at the same time.
Yeah, look at that. It's like scars forever. Like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, bro. That's disgusting, but that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It's gross, but I don't know.
Yeah. Not my thing.
His own.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a tattoo person. Like, I mean, I would probably never ever in my life get a tattoo, and it's just by pure like it's just not me. But there are people that it looks decent on, you know. I've got no problems with people tattooing their bodies. I just have no interest in tattooing my body for some reason. It's just I've never been one to leave my mark anywhere when it comes to, you know, writing my name on a wall or something like that. I very rarely will ever do that sort of thing. So it's why I just have no interest in marking my body. So, you know.
Splash attack. That's a digging deep for those classic vines. Look at all those chickens. Frutigur Aero tattoo. Oh, what would that look like?
What's up?
So there's this design aesthetic. We were going through like different design aesthetics, and there's one called Frutigur Aero. It's pretty much like Windows XP.
Okay.
Let's see the tattoo. This is kind of it's like a. What does that mean? That's nothing. I wouldn't call those flowers Frutigur Aero. Nah, no one's got it. I don't think it's tattooable. It's more of a feeling. It's a vibe. You can't tattoo a vibe.
Right.
But we're going through stages, like different eras of design. And,
Right.
Frutigur Aero is one of those things that it was just everywhere, but you just never knew what it was called.
Okay.
And so we went through that. Memphis Corporate, which is like the current trendy design right now. It's like if you were to open up
Not heard
Facebook
of
and
it.
see any animations on there. Oh yeah,
What is it?
I guarantee you've seen it.
Oh, right. I just don't know what it is. I've never. Yeah, I don't keep up with those kind of trends and stuff like that. What is it exactly?
Here, I'll show you right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Corporate. That is Memphis Corporate. It's just it's pretty much any type of like social media stuff, any social media aesthetic is that's made, like any type
Okay.
of content from social media made by the company itself. It usually goes with
Right.
this Memphis Corporate style. Allegria, I guess, is like another common term for it. Every like apps tend to do it for their PR.
Right.
Facebook Corp. I have a friend who used to animate for Facebook, and this is like his art style. And it's cool that he could just like sit there and freestyle like Memphis Corporate. It's pretty sick. It's very
Right.
marketable, but you know, it's limiting. But he makes some cool art. We wanted to buy his paintings off of him, but he doesn't have
Right.
anything for sale.
Right.
Oh, it's the guy we did the mural with. That's
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'd consider him. He's a very Memphis Corporate style, which
Okay.
is appealing to like businesses and stuff like that. You know,
Okay.
large color
Yeah.
planes, simplicity.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
designs.
abstracty kind of stuff that is yeah. I think I even said when we were painting that like abstract, I can't see abstract. I can see a detail. I could draw a rabbit, but I have trouble drawing Bugs Bunny, for example. It's weird.
Yeah, that's a skill.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
And
dude,
abstract is different. On
Jordan, yeah, this is just like ripe for Flash animation style. You know, you're just playing with
Yeah.
shit.
God, like, do they like? Is there even Flash animation style? I remember that it was happening with all the kids in like the early
Flash?
thousands. Yeah,
Oh, like Aaron Esurance.
I don't. Yeah, that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't even know if they're still.
You know who Aaron Esurance is?
Right. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Adobe Animate now. You know Aaron Esurance. If you watched cable in the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
you guys know who Aaron Esurance is. Oh, it's actually sketchy Google image searching her because all the Rule 34 stuff. I'm not going to even bother. But yeah, it's Flash style. A lot of people use, After Effects and stuff like that.
Right.
Was that recently? Samsung almost had their icon or their spokes character, Samsung Sam or whatever her name was, and she just got memed to hell. And I think Rule 34 even like kind of took over before she even launched. I don't even think they didn't even launch her. She just like became this. It was a leaked concept art from the company that Samsung commissioned to design her, and people went nuts with it.
Right. Hey, did you feel that up?
Yeah. So
did you?
It's like barely. I heard it more than I felt it.
Yeah. After
I was just a truck passing by.
Really, seriously, like in the valley, it really kind of affected my. Well, this new place I moved into is a building from the '60s, so I'm actually now concerned about being in an older building that hasn't been updated and with.
Oh man!
That I'm aware of hasn't been updated with earthquake stuff. It's a 4-story building on level 1, so it's like.
Oh man!
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get a big enough one that does damage to the foundation, because that would really suck. But it was actually quite interesting. We felt it here very, very readily. It was in Malibu, under the ocean. So
yeah,
it was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I barely felt it.
Really, that's crazy.
Good night, thought, please. I used to, when I lived in downtown, I was like on the 11th floor. I'd feel that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The higher up
Well,
it was, that shit was scary. I
yeah,
wouldn't know what to do. I was like,
really.
ugh. I was watching Stranger Things. It was like Stranger Things just came out, like the
Right.
second season, and then like
Yeah.
this huge earthquake hit LA,
Right.
and like when I lived on the 11th floor, so you could like the sway of it was
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
was you could feel like everything moving. I was like, oh
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ, what am I gonna do? I was like, I was fostering all these kittens, and I was like,
Yeah.
right, if anything goes down, I'm gonna have to stuff these guys in my backpack and escape somehow. And I was like thinking of this like action movie scenario of me just like trying to escape this like building that's like half crumbled, kind of like that scene in was that Cloverfield?
Right.
Just the backpack full of kittens.
Yeah.
And it's just like all the scenarios that passed through my head.
Well, to get out of our area, like the main area, you have to either go down a flight of stairs or go down the elevator to get to the ground level. You can't just walk straight out. And I'm on level 1, but level 1 is actually above the parking garage. So it's like, it's this weird kind of like, yeah. But I get like every time the train drives past, it's like got a train line nearby. This building shakes. I can feel it from just a train line. So it's like, yeah.
There's when there's a big ass truck, sometimes it will like rattle the windows a little bit, or you'll feel like some type of shaking in our building. So I thought it was that.
Yeah, no. I just finished editing our reaction video last night, and I think I was in bed by 1:30 in the morning, and then I just got to sleep, and I was like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh fuck. But it lasted for like maybe 6 seconds. It was quite a long one. Usually they last for like 2 or 3 seconds. But
yeah, several people who've never been in an earthquake. I always forget that 70% of the U.S. just doesn't get them.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh, totally.
I don't. It's a California thing.
Yeah, I mean, you get
like
used to it. It's like
kind of like
I'm
even
more
in
fascinated.
Northern California, you don't even get them.
Eh.
You didn't really experience earthquakes until you moved here, right, Brent?
Oh, we had one in Western Australia. Western Australia, fun fact, Western Australia has the straightest fault line in the world. And it's very rarely ever, which is weird. It's like, it's just a straight random fault line in where I, came from. But when I was about maybe 6 or 7 years old, we had a huge earthquake, and we lived like literally by the ocean. Like we were like, if you walk to the ocean, it would be about a less than a minute walk, to get to the ocean itself. We had a good 7 point something or 6 point something it was, I think. And I remember my body just couldn't handle it. My legs were like numb as hell and freaking out. I could not handle the concept that the earth was moving under our feet. And it lasted for about 40 seconds. But the fear, of course, was my parents were worried. It was like, if this hit the ocean, then we could get a tidal wave. It's like, we would have been like in direct path of that. So it's kind of like that weird kind of thing. So yeah,
There's earthquakes in Ohio? I didn't know that. Oh, and so Salt Lake in Montana.
Yeah, they're around. I mean, but at the same time, it's just like, Western Australia, it was the only earthquake I think we've ever had. And it was like, and it was about 7 years old at the time, and it freaked the fuck out of me. I was crazy. And then when I felt my first earthquake over here, I was like, holy shit, this is fascinating. I actually we had one about maybe 20 years ago that was it was a good 7.0, but it was a rolling earthquake, and it was about a 50-mile epicenter away from the city. And it lasted 43 seconds to a minute long. And all I remember doing is waking up in the middle of the night with everything shaking. Everything started to move, and then it quietened down. And then it started to go boom, and just the room is shaking, and action figures are on the shelf falling over. But then I turned on the light out of fascination. I'm looking out, at other people's lights, and lights were flickering on and off like poltergeist kind of thing throughout all the building. And it was like, and it was like, this is so cool. I was fascinated when we had that one, but I haven't been in a violent one like the Northridge earthquake, which is where I live.
Oh man, Cybertruck. Yeah, I experienced the '89 earthquake in San Francisco.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
That one was insane. I mean,
Yeah.
that decimated a lot of stuff. There was like
Yeah.
so many casualties on that one. There was a whole highway that just collapsed on itself, like pancake.
Yeah.
But man, that earthquake, it was like the whole earth under me was shifting like 4 feet back and forth. That was
Really?
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with my mom and we were at a parking lot, and then she like grabbed me. She's like, ah!
Yeah.
And I could see all like the telephone poles and all the light posts just swaying like crazy. It was surreal. It was scary. I was so scared.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. I think everyone who grew up in the Bay Area and was alive around that time has experienced that one. But I remember seeing all these videos of like had like camcorder footage of like the Bay Bridge when it collapsed too.
Oh yeah.
God, it was crazy. I think it's called the Loma Prieta. The earthquake has a name.
Oh really?
That's how crazy that one was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like it changed the landscape of the Bay Area because of that earthquake.
Yeah,
there used to be this highway that was one direction that was on top of the other. It was just like
yeah.
bridges.
Yeah,
and one going like north was on top, and then south or whatever. And then that one, just like a whole span of that, just fell on.
I remember the news, but I wasn't.
Pancake cars to like an inch thick.
Oof.
That's insane, dude. And it's just crazy, like, because I remember that moment so vividly, and just realizing that so many lives were snuffed out in those few seconds.
Yeah.
Of it, just like
Mother Nature is a bitch when it wants to be. It's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Did you see they had
that was all over the news.
Yeah.
What's that, Brent?
I was going to say, did you see that they dropped the Academy Award nominations yesterday?
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Oh, really? Actually, this is good. Everything that we kind of really enjoyed is really up there. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once has been nominated with the most awards with 11 nominations.
Oh, and then I care. That's cool.
Well, I'm just saying. Normally I don't, but a lot of films that I actually have cared about this year have all got nominations, within major categories. So it's like,
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm so
happy
glad.
I'm happy that movie's doing good.
Yeah, no, me too. I mean, Ke Huy Quan has done so well with winning awards for his supporting role. It's like, what a great story.
Comeback.
Yeah, I mean, him and Brendan Fraser making a comeback, and
that's
Hayden
cool.
Christensen made a comeback last year. And,
two people who were in Encino
really
Man making a huge comeback this year.
That's
great.
Fun. Wait, Key was in Encino.
I tell you this every time.
I can't remember.
He was the.
I saw it when I came out of the theaters. That was it.
VOGU Academy Award. I wish. No, he was he ran the computer club.
I completely forgot. Like, well, I mean, I know you keep telling me, but it's like I just don't remember. I mean, it never stuck with me as much as it stuck with you, that film. But one day, I'm sure I'll catch it on TV again. Huh? Oh no. I remember seeing it. It just was something I never kind of revisited. I think I may have seen it twice in my life. I saw it at the theaters. I mean, I didn't dislike it or anything like that. It just never kind of stuck with me. I mean, I should rewatch it just as maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a screening of rewatching.
Hell yeah.
Encino Man. Yeah, because it's so old for me that I don't remember anything, so it could be all fresh. We should do a reaction video to that one day.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh, I'm not even showing what I'm drawing. I'm working on. Actually, it's almost time to wrap up. You came here at the tail end.
Yeah. I
gotta start wrapping up. It's
Max,
wheezing the juice, Jordan. Wheezing the juice. No wheezing the juice. I worked in film for for years, and I've always liked Encino Man, but the reason I say it's my favorite is just I'd be on a set and just conversations on set,
right,
we'd be talking about like favorite movies, and a lot of people would
Right.
be saying, standard favorite stuff like any Kubrick film or Godfather and stuff
Right,
like
right.
that. A lot of pretentious stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then it come around to me. He's like, Jason, what's your favorite film?
Mhm.
I'd be like, Encino Man. It holds up. And I have like reasons why I like it, why it's a good
Oh
film.
no, for sure. Yeah. No,
Stands
no.
up the test of time. It's just
yeah.
the whole.
I mean, it had a great cast for its time. It was all the young cast, but it was like
Oh, Grandma's Boy is a good one too. That one holds up as well.
I've never heard of Grandma's Boy. Okay.
It's a comedy. I wouldn't expect you to.
Oh,
But Real Genius is good. I know you know that one, Brent.
yeah, I know it, but I don't even know if I ever saw Real Genius, to be honest.
Gave us the whole other different outlook on what it is to be a nerd. And he's
Yeah.
like, "What? Val Kilmer's a genius?
Yeah, that's it.
No
as well.
way! I
Most
always
of it,
expect
yeah.
them to be nerds and
Yeah.
total Poindexters, but he's so cool." That's
Was
like that movie. Real Genius is such a relic of the Reagan era.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mad Max Road Warrior is good.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first of its kind. It kicked off a whole series.
Yeah.
The follow-up, their most recent one is badass. Dude, Fury Road was the way Miller writes his stories. There's no script to it. It's all
Yeah. Well,
It's
he's shooting
all,
number 5 right now.
the whole movie's not written in script. It's all storyboards.
Yep.
That's what's so good about it. That's what makes it so good.
Yeah, he's in production, the production or pre-production for number 5 though right now. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I mean, he came out with like Fury Road, and it was hard to follow up. What, Happy Feet?
yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well,
You knew you like. I thought he peaked, man. And it's like,
Apparently
what?
that's
How's he gonna follow up on Happy Feet? Then he
apparently
came
that's
out
supposed
with
to be pretty.
Fury Road.
Yeah.
Was that Brent?
Apparently that's supposed to be pretty decent as an animated film. I've never saw it, but
Oh,
it
I
looks a
saw
little
it.
bit. Oh yeah.
It's pretty
Eh?
depressing in some parts.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, you just gotta watch it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
One of those like if you'd never seen Up before, and
Mhm.
you're like, oh man, I cried in that movie. For someone who
Yeah.
has never seen, he's like, what? Really? It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
But we've all seen it, and you all
Right,
understand.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen that for such a long time though. I need to kind of revisit some of those, like Wall-E and Up, and a few of those Pixar films. I need to revisit. It's been so long. But sometimes I like that distance of time, allowing something to just pass, and that way you forget all the little bits and pieces, and it's kind of comes in fresh again when you rewatch it. And then you remember why you loved it so much.
Yeah, that's how movies work.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan said, your favorite line from that movie is,
Yeah.
do you ever have that dream where you're standing on the top of a pyramid and hundreds of naked women are throwing tiny pickles at you? Why am I the only one who has that
Oh.
recurring dream? Such a common dream.
Here it is. HBO Max is going to end season 4 of Titans and Doom Patrol. They're ending the shows. HBO Max is ready to cut the ties.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everything's
those
gone.
car designs in Fury Road are pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
so
they're
heavily,
brilliant.
and that must have been such a fun movie.
Oh,
Like,
the stunt work was phenomenal in
design.
that film. Like, those guys were all up on those poles as they were swaying back
Yeah.
and forth, driving at that speed. It's like,
that's gotta be that
insane.
movie blew my mind. That was my favorite movie. That a lot of movies came out that year, but I think that one might have been my favorite.
It was up there for sure. Yeah, I mean, I got it on Blu-ray now. So, well, I mean,
What
I
else
bought
came
it
out
when it
that
came
year? Like Ex Machina and Age of Ultron.
Was
It was a solid year for movies,
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Wall-E was the first animation I saw that the textures and rendering blew my mind. Yeah, Wall-E was pretty good. It was like the one Pixar movie that was like supposed to be real, like photorealistic. Like they went all the way. Like, what was his name? Like they had the old footage, and it was like actually a person, right?
Right.
Like all the other Pixar movies, they were just designed from the world up, but like
Right.
this one actually was trying to be like real.
Yeah.
And then all the existing people were just these pudgy babies.
Uh-huh.
The car hasn't shot the whole driving scenes in 80 miles an hour. Jesus, 80 miles an hour?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts. I mean, if it's such a big space, like the only way you could really portray speed is by going really fast, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jeff. Jeff Garland. That's the captain. A good voice. This is good. Pixar's always good with their voices, man.
Right.
800 horsepower? Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys can't see what I'm drawing. I got to start wrapping it up, though, guys.
Yep.
It's past the 2-hour mark. Thanks for everyone who showed up. We had a fun discussion. Well, we're all over the place. I started with AI news, and then we started going through different types of punks, like solar punk,
cool.
cyberpunk, neon punk.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for showing up, everyone.
See you,
Thanks for coming back. Jordan, Moisey, Splash Attack, 9th level.
How's it going,
Everyone.
Moisey? Yep.
All right, guys. Tune in next week, same time, same place, y'all. Good to see you too. Thanks for coming in. But peace out, y'all. Laters.
See ya. Later.